Hey guys, this is Troy,
And Alex.
and we are Two Dudes in Football. So this weekend was the championship Sunday. So they had two games that were both close, but Joe Shiesty.
Joe Shiesty. The NFL gods have blessed us with another week of great football.
True that.
This has been the best playoffs, it feels like, and I don't know. This is the best one that I've ever watched. I can say that confidently.
Yeah, and that's saying a lot considering how literally terrible Wildcard Weekend was. Wildcard Weekend had one good game, and that was San Fran and Dallas. Aside from that, it was terrible. So
I'm
a lot
blessed.
of good games.
I'm blessed that the conference championship weekend, the quarterbacks were Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Matthew Stafford, and Jimmy Garoppolo, and not Tom Brady, Nick Foles, Case Keenum, and Blake Bortles.
Oh, don't do Case Keenum and Nick Foles like that. And you know what? I think we are truly blessed, mainly the fact that Brady is, at this point, feels like 70-30 gonna retire. And the fact that Mahomes lost the title game, I don't think a single soul that's not a KC fan wanted to see Mahomes win this game. One, because the Bengals are a better story. Two, Mahomes is about to become the new Brady, which means he gets a ton of hate because he keeps winning and no one wants to see him win.
I've got a hot take.
What is your hot take?
I don't think Mahomes is the new Brady.
Is that a hot take, though? You know what? I'll say this.
I
think Mahomes.
I think the new Tom Brady is Joe Burrow.
Oh my goodness.
I think
oh
it's Joe
my
Burrow.
goodness.
Because
Joe Cool. He's the new Joe Montana. He's Joe Cool.
I think Mahomes is the Peyton Manning to Joe Burrow's.
I think Patrick Mahomes isn't even the Manning. I think he is the A-Rod.
He's the A-Rod? He might be the A-Rod.
I mean,
I think.
Well, let's just
you think Josh Allen's Peyton Manning?
I don't know. All I know, the AFC's got some good quarterbacks, but all I know is this.
Who's the Phillip Rivers? Justin Herbert?
Lamar.
Lamar.
Well, no, it can't be Lamar. He moves too fast.
Mike Vick.
The AFC's got a lot of good quarterbacks. You got Mahomes, you got Allen, you got Joe Shiesty, you got Lamar. If you're like a hardcore Baker fan, you got Baker Mayfield.
No, you don't have Baker. Yeah.
No. Who else you got in there? I mean, well, you know what? Actually, I think that's pretty much it. Trevor Lawrence. Well, you got the general, Davis Mills.
Yeah, you do.
You got Davis Mills.
Yeah.
Legendary quarterback, Davis
All-time
Mills.
quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah, best quarterback Texans ever had. Totally not like there's anyone else better than him.
No, not even on the roster.
And then you know what? The Steelers the Steelers next year, they might have legendary women respecter Deshaun Watson as their quarterback.
They're gonna have two great women respecters on their team.
Yeah, two guys that they'll never take no for an answer.
No, they won't. They won't. Not on the football field. Not anywhere else.
Yeah, you gotta love it.
Yeah, no, not anywhere else.
I mean, I will say this. I saw a lot of Chiefs fans talk about this game, and I agree. It is the first time in a Chiefs game in the playoffs where they lost that you can say that the blame is on Mahomes. Mahomes played like crap in that second half. He was so bad.
He did against them in the regular season too.
This was even worse.
The Bengals defense, man. Trey Hendrickson is so underrated. I don't see him. I feel like every time that I watch him, he's getting pressure. And then
I will say this.
On that last interception,
Jesse Bates made that awesome play to knock that ball out. It was right. I mean, Tyreek was going to catch down. Bates just slapped it right to Von Bell.
He bailed out the meme of the NFL right now, which is Eli Apple.
Apple.
Which is so funny.
Dude, he's so bad.
He dropped an interception like the play before that was like it was
right in his hand.
It was right at him. Like
Eli Apple, dude.
His
he's
whole
been a
situation
cancer everywhere.
His whole situation is hilarious right now.
Because, dude, people have seen it coming from literally years ago. If you guys haven't seen Urinating Tree, go back and look at, I think, some of his old Giants and Steelers videos from like 4 years ago. He was calling this stuff back then.
No.
I mean, Eli Apple's a joke. But, I mean, Jesse Bates, that wasn't even the best defensive play made that game. Sam Hubbard going from that QB sneak to just go straight for Mahomes and get that sack. I mean, that play single-handedly forced overtime. I mean, if that play doesn't happen, the Chiefs are probably going to score a touchdown. But, I mean, he just came out of nowhere and just ran 15 yards to go get Mahomes.
Watching as bad as Mahomes played in the second half, I would have forgot all of it if he scored a touchdown there, because on those few plays, the Bengals were rushing like 3 or 4, dropped everyone back. They played like I don't even know. They did not let Mahomes they didn't let him beat him in the middle of the field, which is where he wants to go. They weren't covering Travis Kelce like all drive. And I was like, dude, that's your guy that you have to cover. You double team him, that's where you go. Because Tyreek Hill will kill you, but Travis Kelce will like tear you to shreds.
He's the guy that'll win a game when he catches the ball pretty much in between like 8 guys.
Yeah, no, Travis Kelce will tear you to shreds. So the fact that they kept him out of the end zone was huge on that last drive, and the Chiefs O-line blocked on the last drive, like in the red zone, like ridiculously, because he would have was having like 15 seconds.
Sam Hubbard. The whole reason that play happened was the Chiefs' offensive line literally held everyone back, like every 3 guys, but like they held him back literally perfectly, and then the Bengals' coverage was good enough to force Mahomes to have to just keep waiting, and then that's how the Sam Hubbard play happened. I will say this too. The one downside to how this game ended is that if the Chiefs had scored a touchdown in that opening OT drive, Twitter would have exploded.
I know. I kind of would have wanted to see it. I would have been really upset too. Like if I had a lot of followers on Twitter, I'd go off.
I mean, if the Chiefs had won that game on a touchdown, if they had won on a touchdown, so many people would be calling asterisk on them, because like you win 2 games in OT because you got the ball first. I'm so glad they lost. I'm so happy that Mahomes' brother and wife don't get to go to the Super Bowl.
Oh my God.
I'm so happy that we can stop hearing this talk about Eric Bieniemy not being a head coach, so we can stop hearing all this stuff about how great Andy Reid is and Mahomes. Like, the Chiefs, it's impressive. I mean, they did more than the old Andy Reid teams did. I mean, they made it to 4 straight title games again, but they actually have a ring this time. But yeah, I'm glad. There's just Chiefs, all the bandwagons for them has been so insufferable, and now we can finally just stop hearing all of it.
Who's the better quarterback head coach duo? Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, or Zach Taylor and Joe Burrow?
Dude, Zach Taylor's a legend, dude.
Zach Taylor was about to get fired last year. Came back, drafted Jamar Chase, and got Trey Hendrickson, and that's it. Probably still have the worst offensive line in football. Or the Giants. I don't know.
I mean, hey, they had more sacks than the Chiefs did, somehow.
It doesn't make any sense. And now they're on the way to the Super Bowl after having, what pick they have, like the 5th pick? They had the 5th pick.
Well, the important stat is they went from the worst team in football 2 years ago to the Super Bowl, which, by the way, if you are a fan of the Giants, that's an L. Football team, that's an L. Panthers, that's an L. Basically, if you're a fan of any team that is not the Rams, 49ers, Patriots, or like those really good teams, your team is now a legitimate failure because they have not gotten to the Super Bowl yet. The Bengals did in 2 years. That's incredible.
There was the fact that there's ever been a debate about who's better between Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence was ridiculous now.
Trevor Lawrence is so bad. He's so overrated. He is so overrated.
It's ridiculously bad because now Joe Burrow has a legitimate case at a top 5 quarterback in the NFL at this point, because he's like the stats, like he's not throwing for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns.
I mean,
like
in
Mahomes
terms of
doing,
a pure like stats and analytics stuff, I mean he's debatably the MVP of football this year.
Yeah, I mean if he's not playing, they're not winning.
I mean,
it's the same with any team, but that team is not built to win at all if he's not playing.
Dude, that team's not built to win like at all normally. I mean, they literally just.
Can you imagine if they get an offensive line?
Oh my God! I mean, they give Joe Burrow more than half a second to throw the ball. They're incredible. They're like literally unbeatable.
On the last drive,
and dude, think about it. Joe Mixon was like top 4 in rushing with that offensive line.
Yeah, and he tore him apart in overtime.
I mean, Mixon finished the game with 88 yards rushing on just 21 carries. I mean, he averaged 4.2 yards a carry with that offensive line. I mean, if this team had any semblance of an offensive line, think about how insane they'd be.
They would, yeah, no.
I mean, if Mixon can get like 1,200 yards with this line, oh my God.
This team is built off of, and I don't like to use this word because I think it sounds stupid, but this team is built off of pure, like, swagger right now.
Yeah, they are. Joe Shiesty.
It's built off
Joe Burr.
It's built off of, they are more confident than I've seen any team be in like the last 5 years.
Dude, maybe
So-
in like 10 years.
They are consistently smoking. Other than like maybe the 2017 Eagles, maybe
The Eagles.
Like
Eagles rode that underdog mentality real hard.
that's what they're doing, and they're like
Joe Burrow with
Burrow's
the cigars.
cigars. Like Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow's dads are smoking cigars together. Like
It's great.
they are just. I mean, they're
having a
living
ball.
it up. I cannot wait to see what they do in the Super Bowl.
I can't wait to see him lose. I mean, I hate to say, I hate to be that guy, but well, I will say this: I'm glad that the Super Bowl is two really good stories, but I mean, for how incredible the Bengals run is, I mean, they beat the Chiefs and they showed how. I mean, if you cover Jamar Chase, then T. Higgins is going to go off 100 yards on 17 average a catch. That's pretty good. I mean, Samaje Perine had 14 yards a catch and a touchdown. That's pretty solid, too. Evan McPherson is, I think, the best kicker
Yes.
left, which, yeah, there's only 2 kickers left. But even in the title game, I mean, man, he's just drilling everything.
Do we have a case for the best kicker in the league?
No, we don't.
I think we might.
No, we don't.
Most clutch kicker.
Nah. Well, I mean, technically, the most clutch is still Robbie Gould. Homie hasn't missed a kick in the playoffs.
That's true. Robbie Gould, yeah.
I mean, he has the most kicks ever without missing in the playoffs. That's pretty incredible. And then, I mean, you still got Justin Tucker. I mean, he only kicked a 66-yarder to win a game,
Yeah. No,
which
that's
only
not,
broke the record by 2 yards.
not even that good.
Yeah, honestly, just you know what? His team didn't make the playoffs. He's not good enough to carry a team.
You need to carry your team to be good at the playoffs.
So the team that the Cincinnati Bengals, I still can't believe they made the playoffs and won this game. The team that they're playing is sadly the LA Rams. You know what? I'll say this: they were my Super Bowl pick to win the whole thing this year. So I at least have that. But my bandwagon San Fran team took an L. We hate to see it.
My bandwagon team is in the Super Bowl, so
Well, you know what? I will say this about Jimmy G. I said, quote me on it, and it's kind of true. I said that they will win when Jimmy G throws more picks and touchdowns. You know why they lost?
he throw more touchdowns than picks.
Exactly. He threw 2 touchdowns and an interception. You cannot win with Jimmy G if he's having a good game like that. You need him to play bad because for whatever reason, when he plays bad, the team wins. I mean, Stafford won the game.
Yeah, no, didn't do anything.
13 points in the fourth quarter. They came into that fourth quarter with 10-point lead. Which, by the way, yes, we can make all the memes about 21-3 for the Chiefs blowing a 18-point lead because, by the way, they blew an 18-point lead. This is another lead that Kyle Shanahan has blown in a championship or a Super Bowl. He blew a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter.
Oh yeah, and he still has a worse coaching record all time than Matt Nagy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! What a great coach.
Yeah, I mean he is a good coach, but it's kind of like people say he's this amazing coach, but then he kind of just isn't because his teams are good, but they're not great.
Well, to be fair, 2 of the years his literal team got injured.
Yeah.
Not even these guys know that the team got injured.
Yeah, that's.
And then the other 2 years they are Super Bowl and NFC title game. Now the Niners, they really got to bank on the fact that Trey Lance is who they think he is.
Yeah.
Because if he's not and they get rid of Jimmy G, they're so bad. They're so bad. But if Trey Lance is what he's supposed to be, which is a much better quarterback than Jimmy G, then realistically the Niners next year should be going 15-3 and winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, because Jimmy G, you kind of have to give it to him. He's a winner.
He's a winner.
He's a winner.
He's got more Super Bowl rings than Dan Marino. He's got more rings than Drew Brees. He's got more rings than a lot of legends. I mean, more rings than Jim Kelly. I mean, he's a winner. I mean,
more rings than Randy Moss.
True. I mean, he rode that bench real hard, and he just, he provided that backup knowledge to get him to 2 Super Bowls.
He's the second best QB sneaker of all time, behind the best QB sneaker of all time, Tom Brady.
I mean, you gotta love it. I mean, as for the Rams, Cooper Kupp and OBJ both had over 100 yards on 12 yards per catch. That's pretty good. Cooper Kupp, just awesome game. And if you didn't know, Deebo Samuel became the second all-time leader in scrimmage yards in a season. Congrats to him. The only thing is it doesn't matter because he's also a running back, and at just receiver, Cooper Kupp is number 1 on that list.
Yeah.
And he finished over 150 yards above Deebo and gets to play another game. So, yeah, I think Stafford's pretty good. I think Cam Akers is showing that KD is pretty soft.
Yeah.
I mean, Katie spent like a year out for an Achilles tear. Cam Akers tore his, came back 6 months later, put up 48 yards on 13 carries. I mean, pretty good. And you know what else is pretty good? If the Rams win the Super Bowl, in back-to-back years, the team hosting the Super Bowl will win, and it'll be the second straight year a cancerous, toxic receiver who got bailed out of a terrible situation by joining a winner gets his ring that same year. Last year was AB, and this year it's OBJ.
No, OBJ's a completely different. He's completely different. He got dealt a bad hand with the Giants, handled it poorly. He was young.
I don't think he got a bad hand with the Browns, but the Giants, I don't think he got a bad hand. He had a decent hand there.
They were.
I mean,
we were all right. We made the playoffs with him. But then he had a meltdown. He tried to fight a kicking net
and lost the fight.
And
then he tried to fight Josh Norman.
Yeah.
Like 8 times during one game.
Yeah, but then he got obviously he shut everyone up with. They were like, no, OBJ, you're the problem. Like this team made the playoffs last year without you. You're the issue. No, Odell is not the issue. He is clearly still the same. Maybe like a little bit less. He's still the same.
Yeah, but he still is considered a cancerous player for just how much BS he spews. He's not nearly as bad as AB. But he's also not nearly as talented as AB, so it's like he's the budget version of AB right now. But, hey, I mean, he's going to Super Bowl, and, I mean, the Rams, let's put it simply, if the Rams lose the Super Bowl this year, they're screwed. They are screwed.
Yeah.
They have no first-round pick till 2024. They have literally used, every single pick. They are pretty much down to, their 4th, 5th, and 6th round pick for the next, 3 years.
I don't think that they're that screwed. I think that this is their title year. I think this is a great time for them.
Once their free agents hit, they're screwed.
Yeah.
Because everyone's saying it's title or bust this year. I believe that they need to win a title this year to prove that it works. But they can win it next year. It's not like the Packers where the Packers, with or without Rodgers, have no cap space and about 95 free agents.
Yeah.
The Rams don't really have anyone that's a free agent that's that important right now. But once that happens, if they hadn't win a Super Bowl and they're still in this situation, oh my God. Because I have a feeling that they're going to trade that 2024 first-round pick pretty soon.
Yeah. Trade the 2024. Well, they got OBJ for nothing. Okay, so
yeah, but they had to trade a couple late-round picks for Miller,
which isn't that even that bad. It's like a 2/4 and a third.
Yeah, everyone's saying it's fully all in. Yeah, they did trade stuff to get those guys. Well, I mean, OBJ was free, but Von Miller, it wasn't like they spent a lot for him. But
I don't think these don't need anything really. So I think Van Jefferson is good. They don't need a third. He's
good enough.
They say your team's only as good as your third receiver. Well, Van Jefferson's a pretty good third receiver. Okay?
I mean, and then Tyler Higbee went down. Then Kyle Blanton had a solid game, 57 yards and 11.
I'd never heard of him.
Me neither.
So I mean, yeah. When I was watching, I was like, I've never heard of you, but you're having a good game. The totals this game are going to be 28-3 Rams.
28-3.
It's going to be bad. The O-line is not going to block anyone.
All I know of this Super Bowl, Eric Weddle could get a ring again. I mean, you could see Andrew Whitworth finally get a ring, and that'll push him into the Hall of Fame, I truly believe. And then outside of him, you've got Yvonne's going to get another ring. Aaron Donald's going to get his ring. I mean, and most importantly, of all the players in the Super Bowl, there's only one who truly deserves a ring above the rest, and that's Detroit Lion legend, the perennial loser in Detroit, Matt Stafford, the guy who couldn't carry a team to a Super Bowl, as some of the pundits say. He's going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, too bad he's not going to win.
Oh, no, he's going to win.
He's too bad, man.
He's going to win that game.
They have not looked. Oh, I guess Arizona. They killed Arizona. Jeez Louise.
Dude, Arizona got pummeled.
But I see everyone's it's hard to not see everyone's point with them winning. I like the Bengals. I like the Bengals. I like Trey Hendrickson. I like Jesse Bates. If I were to pick one safety to have to try and stop Cooper Kupp, it'd be Jesse Bates.
Yeah, but then at the same time, if you're going to pick a corner to one-on-one Jamar Chase,
you're
Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, but we know what happens if you can lock down one of them.
Yeah,
Two-
but that's the
they
thing.
got
You don't
two
need
others.
you don't need to double team Jamar Chase if you've got Jalen Ramsey, and then in the backfield you still got Eric Weddle, and then some other guys who are okay.
But I'm just saying, like, this Bengals team, they are built to just.
I will say this. I feel like this game is going to be, the Super Bowl is going to be one of those games where it's mainly decided in the trenches. Because you can legit make an argument for either quarterback getting sacked 80 times. Because that Bengals defensive line is so much better than the Rams offensive line. But at the same time, so is the Rams.
No, the Rams, like, it's not even.
So
not even
I feel like
comparable.
that's going to be the decider. Can the Rams get enough pressure? Which, just know, enough pressure is basically like 9 sacks. Well, no, because I mean Joe Burrow got sacked 9 times and won. So I guess the magic number is 10.
10.
And I mean, hey, Jalen Ramsey was on Saxonville, and Saxonville did it a couple times that year.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe he can bring back that Saxonville magic and they can sack him 11 times.
I'm sure that the Broncos did it one year with Von Miller.
I mean, who knows? Maybe all they need to do is just channel their inner let's bully the Bengals and have Joe Burrow tear his ACL like Carson Palmer did.
Dude, it's.
Joe Burrow.
Listen, all I know is I've got the Bengals. I'm riding that Cincinnati wave all the way, man.
Cincinnati.
I did it from the start of the playoffs. You know that. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna be a Bengals fan this playoffs. They're fun, and I'm still riding it. I love the Titans. I love the Titans. I had to root against the Titans. I have no hate for the Chiefs or Patrick Mahomes yet.
I do.
Yet, I only hate the wife and Jackson Mahomes.
Jackson Mahomes, what a great guy.
So, like, there's nothing against anyone that they've played except for the fact that I want the Bengals to win. I think Cincinnati is, like, super boring, so it'd be cool if they won something.
The jungle.
Yeah, the jungle. And can you imagine? Joe Burrow would be the first player ever to win a Heisman, a national championship, and a Super Bowl. And probably eventually, somewhere down the line, an MVP. He probably will. He probably will.
Yeah, I would say for sure, but at the same time, it's just when you look back and you think, like, man, the last, 20 years, you just had Manning win 5, Rodgers and Brady won, 7 or 8. It's, I mean, Big Ben never won never won an MVP.
Because Big Ben was he was a really great game manager.
Drew Brees never won an MVP.
Drew Brees didn't win anything.
He won a Super Bowl.
I don't care.
I mean, Drew Brees.
So did Nick Foles. I mean, Drew Brees was good, but
threw more 5,000-yard seasons than any other quarterback ever.
All right.
Top 10 quarterback all time.
Okay. Drew Brees is Phillip Rivers might have been able to win more Super Bowls with those teams. Phillip Rivers.
I don't know about that. Phillip Rivers had a really people forget Phillip Rivers' Chargers in the 2000s, not early or late, just the 2000s, even the 2010s a bit, were loaded. Every year they were legit a top 3 roster in the league, and every year they blew it. One year it was because they fumbled an interception. Another year is because Phillip Rivers tore his ACL and then still played a game with a torn ACL. I mean, but at the end of the day, that Chargers team, Phillip Rivers, that team should have won multiple Super Bowls, and they didn't even get to one. They are a failure.
You know who could win multiple Super Bowls with that team?
Joe Burrow.
Eli Manning.
Stop. Eli Manning. Oh, my goodness. Eli Manning, perennial playoff loser aside from 2 years.
The important 2 years. You want Brady with 9?
No.
Exactly.
Well, actually, I do, because then it'll make Nick Foles look even better.
Nick Foles, not important.
Legendary quarterback.
Irrelevant Nick Foles.
Legendary quarterback.
Backup Nick Foles. That was so weird. And
he outdueled Brady.
I legitimately.
He caught a touchdown.
That year, I legitimately thought that the Jaguars had a dynasty on their hands.
We can thank Tom Coughlin for that. Legendary management. Find players for literally just, going to the doctor. Or, oh, I'm hurt, I can't play. Dang, bro, I'm sorry. You got to owe us about, all your money. Pretty bad. Okay, so as for the coaches that got hired, because a few coaches got hired, the Chicago Bears hired Matt Eberflus, who was the defensive coordinator of the Colts. I mean, a lot of people are obsessing on offensive guy. I think they should have. But at the same time, I guess when Matt Nagy was your last head coach, that scares a lot of things.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Matt Eberflus seems like a Lovie Smith type of hire, which is a good thing. And then they hired Luke Getsy, who I'd never heard of, as their offensive coordinator. So them getting a solid offensive coordinator, I don't think they did. But I think he worked with Rodgers, so, I mean, I guess that's something. Maybe they can make Justin Fields a perennial playoff loser just like they made Aaron Rodgers. The Broncos hired Nathaniel Hackett, offensive coordinator of the Packers. Very obvious why they hired him. It is not because of his credentials.
Yeah.
It is because he's the Packers offensive coordinator.
Yeah, no, was it the Broncos? Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
they got him just to try and get A-Rod.
And, I'm sure A-Rod and him have a really good connection. I'm sure him and Devontae Adams have a nice little connection going on. That team would be so stacked. Your receivers would be Devontae Adams,
Jerry
Jeudy, why am I blanking? Cortland Sutton, Tim Patrick,
Oh, my God.
Noah Fant, and your running backs should be Javonte Williams and
Melvin Gordon.
That's
solid.
and you've got like Garrett Bowles. Like your O-line's not bad.
Yeah, because you guys got to remember, Devontae's a free agent, so if he waits for Aaron Rodgers to get traded, he can just go wherever Aaron goes.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's the thing. If you get A-Rod, you're probably getting Devontae too.
Yeah.
Which, man, that can make a lot of teams really good really fast.
They should come to the Giants.
Yeah, bro, yeah, because, you have so much you can give for him, my guy. You got, like, so many picks and, like, so many good quality players. You can give him, Kenny Golladay, legendary, no touchdowns.
I'll give him Evan Ingram.
I mean,
Evan Ingram and Will Hernandez.
did Kenny Golladay end up finishing the year with 0 touchdowns?
Yep.
So there
Evan
were
Ingram
like
and Will
7
Hernandez,
offensive.
take it or leave it.
So there's literally like 7 offensive linemen this year that had more touchdowns than Kenny Golladay. Great signing.
Hey,
Your team nailed it with that one.
Thanks.
Kenny Golladay, dude, what a signing. You guys gave him like $70 million contract or something. I don't even remember. I just remember it was the biggest contract a receiver got this year. He really backed that up. I mean, he had so many great catches.
He proved why he's the best.
Just remember, you guys could have gotten Corey Davis instead of him.
Remember when you guys signed McCaffrey to like a $6 million?
Dude, I stopped feeling things about McCaffrey since like 2 years
and
ago.
then he played like 5 games in 2 seasons since then.
Hey, well, you know what? Saquon's the same kind of dude.
Listen, we're not paying him that much.
True that. Hey, well, you know what? At least we can agree on one thing. Our quarterbacks suck.
Will Hernandez, Daniel Jones, and Evan Ingram. Take it or leave it, Packers. I would take it if I were you guys.
All I know about the Packers, they're in a weird situation. They don't need a quarterback, though. They don't need to trade for one.
All right, Will Hernandez and Evan Ingram. Take it or leave it.
Yeah, bro.
I'll add Nate Soldier just to be nice.
Okay. Okay, here's a random question. What are the Texans doing with Deshaun Watson? Like, are they we talked about it on the NBA one about Ben Simmons. Deshaun's never going to play for the Texans, so I mean, if a team offers them like 1 first-round pick, shouldn't they take it?
Yeah.
I mean, they literally have their quarterback in the next 20 years, so they just.
I don't think that any team has offered anything in like
a long time. Yeah, because I think I don't know what it was. Something about a witness came out like 2 days ago because I mean. Still pending 20 different, sexual assault cases. Legendary women respecter.
Cool.
The last 2 coaches that were hired were Josh McDaniels of the Raiders. I have no idea why they hired him. Josh McDaniels was supposed to be the head coach of the Colts, and then he bailed at the last minute. He wasn't that good a coach at Denver. I think he's been the most overrated offensive coordinator in football for a long time. I mean, why did he get the job over Rich Bisaccia?
I have no idea.
I mean, I'm just saying, Rich Bisaccia dealt with... I mean, the John Gruden scandal in almost any league on any team is, the worst scandal in, a 10-year span.
Yeah.
It wasn't even the worst thing that happened to him this year.
No, yeah.
I mean, Henry Ruggs killed a girl, and they still made the playoffs.
The way you put that is just ridiculous. Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Rich Bisaccia didn't get the job. That's criminal. That's horrid. That's terrible.
I think Miami's interviewing him. Hold on. I got it.
The Vikings are interviewing Jim Harbaugh and are hoping to get him as head coach. I have no idea how it's going to work. And the other coach that got hired was Brian Dable for the Giants. He was the offensive coordinator, right, of the Bills?
Yep. So now the Giants have hired the offensive coordinator as the Bills for the head coach, the assistant GM or something like that for our GM, and now for the offensive coordinator, they're trying to hire the Bills quarterback coach.
So they're basically doing what
they're trying to get all the.
They're basically what the Raiders did because the Raiders hired a Patriots person as their GM too.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. It's
Sean McDermott is really good at getting coaches and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I mean it makes sense, but at the same time, it's like, all right, guys, you want to try something new, or you just? But if the Giants,
hey, you know what? They could get Mitch Trubisky.
They can, yeah. No.
They could just get all the backups to the Bills in every single way.
Every single backup.
And I mean, hey, Mitch Trubisky's an upgrade over Daniel Jones.
He might be.
He is an MVP. He's been to the playoffs multiple times. He's a Pro Bowler.
The funniest thing that happened this year was Dak Prescott getting the MVP after losing in the playoffs.
Hey, hey, it's better than getting it when you lost by 20 like Mitch did.
Yeah, no, yeah. The last play of the game was a Jimmy Graham touchdown. He caught it, runs just directly off the field, right into the tunnel.
Jimmy Graham, you gotta love it. As for other coaches, there's still a lot of openings available. I think my favorite opening and stuff, however, though, is the fact that as of right now, the Texans head coach favorite is Josh McCown, legendary quarterback of basically any team you like.
Name a team, he's been on it.
So I hope he gets the job. I think it'd be funny. I think it would be good for Davis Mills. And I think it would just be funny to see Stephen A. Smith complain about it. That's what I'd say about Josh McCown. I mean, this guy is such a legend. He started his first playoff game when he was 40 in his 18th year in the league. He handed the ball off for the last time to Emmitt Smith. He threw Larry Fitzgerald's first career touchdown. I mean, he's a legend.
He's a there's some.
He's legitimately probably the best quarterback the Jets have had in the last 10 years. Take that at whatever you want, but that's probably a fact.
Josh Johnson was pretty good.
Dude,
when,
Mike White, dude. Mike White had that solid game, dude. Mike White was really good that one game. I mean, hey, Geno Smith had a perfect passer rating game. It may have come after having 8 sub-20 passer rating games, but hey, he
Mark
had
Sanchez won a playoff game against the Patriots.
At Foxborough, yeah.
At Foxborough.
Yeah, but you know what? That was in 2010. It's not the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Dang, bro, he just missed it.
Just missed out on that cut of the best Jets quarterback in the past 10 years.
Jets quarterback.
An elite group.
You got Josh McCown, Zach Wilson, Josh Johnson, Mike White, Rex. Ryan Fitzpatrick, dude. He was their quarterback. Oh, dude. Wait, last 10 years, Greg McElroy's played a game, I'm pretty sure.
I have no idea who that is.
Wait, I think that's who it was. When Mark Sanchez got hurt one day and they had to bench him, and I'm pretty sure it was legendary quarterback Greg McElroy.
I don't even know who that is.
Yep, Greg McElroy. Legendary quarterback that I've never heard of except for literally because he was on that team. Mike Vick. Legendary quarterback, yeah, Mike Vick.
Mike Vick. In Pittsburgh, Mike Vick. Yeah.
Dude, the Jets quarterbacks the last 10 years are truly an elite group of talent.
Better than probably the Patriots quarterbacks in the last 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, they only had
They only have Mac Jones. Matthew McCorkle Jones.
Mac Poverty Jones. Mac can't win a playoff game Jones.
His middle name is literally McCorkle.
Mac Jones. You guys are so excited that you have Mac Jones as a quarterback, but you know what? Mac Jones has 0 playoff wins. You know what? You know what quarterbacks had more playoff wins in their first year as a starter? Joe Flacco.
Elite.
Mark Sanchez.
Most elite quarterback of all time.
Those 2 guys had more playoff wins than he did in their first year. They both had 2. Big Ben won a playoff game his rookie year.
Didn't he go to the Super Bowl in his rookie year?
Nah, they lost in the title game. He won the second year.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of.
I mean,
not that he wasn't drafted onto a team with Heinz Ward.
Nah, dude, nah. What do you mean? No, I don't know what you mean. Andrew Bettis. Yeah. I don't know what you mean. I mean, hey, he made that one tackle when he when Jerome Bettis fumbled the football.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Mac Jones. I mean, he's good, I guess, but you know what? He's a Pro Bowl alternate. Legend, and he's only that because Josh Allen said nah.
I would have said no too. I don't want to be a part of that event.
Dude, it's the greatest sport in the world, dude. The Pro Bowl.
No, it's the Indy 500.
Dude, we love the Pro Bowl.
I love the Indy 500.
Dude, me and my homies love the Royal Rumble in WWE.
Bro, I actually love the Royal Rumble so much. It's so much fun to watch.
Ronda Rousey coming back. I think that happened.
How many times are they gonna let Brock Lesnar try and win something? It's getting a little ridiculous.
Hey, I mean, I guess every time.
It literally, if his contract is like 12 title chances.
Yeah, they're like, you know what, Brock? Listen, we want you to come back, and he's like, all right. So what am I gonna do? You're gonna win, and then you're just gonna like wrestle maybe 4 times in the next 8 months, and you're just gonna hold on to the belt.
Bro, they literally cut everyone that is like good for the company. They cut.
They probably had to do that so they could pay Ronda Rousey, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, probably. Not like they were getting used to those UFC checks. Like we know those aren't good.
I don't know what you mean, man. I mean, hey, if you fight like 3 times a year, you might be making as much as minimum wage.
You are the poverty line. You get to kill you just die for poverty money. It's great. It's awesome.
Bro, Conor McGregor probably made more money when he sold his beer company than he did his entire UFC career.
I mean, like I would not even know how to judge that. He probably made more money fighting
Floyd Mayweather, yeah, than his UFC career.
Who fought Manny Pacquiao? Was that Floyd Mayweather? I don't remember.
It's
It's not worth remembering.
Yeah, not Tyson Fury, so. Not Tyson Fury beating
It wasn't Jake Paul, so it's not real boxing.
That's fair. Legendary, undefeated boxer Jake Paul.
He said he was gonna be 10-0, and then probably just try and make it to the NFL.
I thought, I'm pretty sure he said he wants to go in the MMA, dude. I could see him doing it.
I want to see him get hurt.
But you know what? Maybe if he goes to the MMA, he'll actually fight a boxer this time.
Yeah, he's gonna go to MMA and like, I don't even know who would even step up. He's gonna be like, I don't even know. Francis Ngannou is gonna be like, I'll accept.
He'll go against the worst women's MMA fighter.
He's gonna go against a flyweight women's wrestler.
And be like, yo, bro, battle of the sexes, dude. Yeah. I'm so good. I went against this tough female opponent.
I can tackle. That's for sure.
Jake Paul. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's all the time we have.
Yeah, I mean,
wouldn't want to be
Super Bowl prediction. I think the Rams are gonna win. I think Super Bowl MVP is gonna go to Cooper Kupp.
I got Bengals and Joe Burrow.
Joe Shiesty. Love that guy.
Rolling with it.
Yep, bandwagon. Well, you know what? I will say this. This is my 4th year in a row where one of my teams that I predicted went to the Super Bowl will go to the Super Bowl. First year, it was the Rams the first time. I predicted them to go there. They did. The next year, San Fran. The year after that. Wait, no. The year after. Yeah, San Fran. And then the year after that, Kansas City. And then this year, the Rams. 4 in a row, baby. You know who else is 4 in a row? Jim Kelly. You want to know what my Super Bowl picks were in those 3 Super Bowls so far? Losers. You know what Jim Kelly was? 4 losers. So you know what? I guess Joe Burrow's probably going to win.
Yeah, he might.
All right.
All right.
This has been Troy.
And Alex.
And